everybody. We are back again to do a little NFL football. We're getting down to
Playoffs
the very
edition.
end, the playoffs edition. First of all, we got to recap the Wildcard round.
First thing I want to mention first before we start. January the 1st was the 4th anniversary of us starting this channel.
Oh, 4 years of Austin Weekend Experiment. Man, that's 4 years?
4 years.
Doesn't seem like it's been 4 years, but hey, happy anniversary to us. But
It's been really fun doing this.
it's been really fun. We've done a little thing from television to movies to sports to a little bit of everything. Right now, we are knee-deep in NFL football. So we are going to recap Wildcard Weekend, which was 4 games, and then we're going to do some predictions for the Divisional round, which will be
4 games.
4 games. So we're 4 games, 2 games, 1 game, 7 games from no football till
August.
Bah. But anyways, we won't worry about that. We got some exciting football that we have to talk about. First of all, we had 2 games on Saturday, 2 games on Sunday. The first game Saturday, we had Buffalo at Houston. It was a really exciting game.
Buffalo got off to a really fast start.
Buffalo got up to a 16-0 lead. And then
showed their signs of being young.
They showed their signs of being young. They did. They sort of held back a little bit. I thought at halftime, instead of kicking the field goal and sitting back, they should have went for the touchdown. And honestly, it sort of came back to bite them in the butt a little bit. It went from 16-0 to 19-19 by the end of the fourth quarter. Didn't make for an exciting game. We got some overtime NFL playoff football.
Deshaun Watson putting out a little bit of the clutch factor in overtime on that game-winning drive.
Oh man, it was like he couldn't be tackled. One guy hit him, bounced off, another guy hit him, bounced off. He rolled around, went out, threw like a 40-yard pass, went down, kicked a field goal. Houston.
I think J.J. Watt's sack was the one that got that train started.
Yeah, J.J. Watt really wasn't even supposed to be back at this time of the year.
But here he is.
That torn pec muscle was supposed to have him out for the whole season, but he came back and
But here he is.
Superman. J.J. is a very good player. He's one of my favorite players.
3-time NFL Defensive Player of the Year.
Without him, their defense is wishy-washy. With him, their defense is pretty good. That's how much of a difference he makes. I don't think they win that game without him in it. Seriously, honestly, I don't.
No, really. Without J.J. Watt has been the heart and soul of the Houston Texans for years.
And I think he continues to be the heart and soul of the Houston Texans.
Now, good luck next year, Buffalo. You've got a solid foundation.
Oh, they were that close from 1995 to having their first win again. You could taste it. I feel sorry for Buffalo. I'm not a Buffalo hater. It would have been fun to see Buffalo win. But, hey, they do have a good young team.
That they can build around.
So, hats off to Buffalo for even making the playoffs. And we hope they have more luck next year, just not against our teams. In game 2 of Saturday.
This one I've wanted to get into. Everybody has been talking about this. Okay, here we go.
Tennessee
at New England.
Went to New England. Honestly, I thought that was a bad matchup for New England. I thought Tennessee's running game was a little tough. It was honestly Tennessee's offense is the perfect. It's the perfect road offense. It's the running game.
And they played good defense throughout that football game.
Played good defense.
They allowed 13 in the second half, but they allowed other points.
13 in the first half?
13 in the first half.
It was 14 to 13.
0 after that.
14 to 13 at halftime. And then Tennessee picks off
Tom
Brady to basically end the game. That was such a good game, wasn't it? It was nail-biting. You just knew Tom Brady was going to find a way to throw a touchdown or something at the end and sneak out that win.
It never happened.
The mystique is broke.
Something happened. And whatever it did, I'm happy it happened.
They lost at Miami the last game to even play this game.
Which is very unpatriot-like, to be honest.
That would not have happened to the Patriots
if it weren't for the Dolphins
of the old. It's very unpatriot-like. Honestly, I think this might be Brady's last time in a Patriot uniform? I don't think he's done playing football. I think he will come back. Will the Patriots give him one more year?
Will they give old Tom one more year?
He wants to play 3 more years. I don't think the Patriots are going to give him 3. So we may have seen Tom Brady in his last time as a New England Patriot.
And to be honest, well,
It's about time. He's only like 42. It's time to quit
well,
torturing everybody.
So this has been, it was a glorious win because now we get to see the luxury of no New England in the Super Bowl.
There is no stress of it's the Saints ain't going to win it again. No. It ain't going to happen. They're not going to be there. And honestly, I don't think New England's going to be back in the foreseeable future.
I think old Tom time may be catching up to him.
Time gets everybody. And honestly, Tom didn't look that good this year.
No.
He was, of course, he didn't have much of a receiving core. He had no outside threats.
Julian Edelman was the only player.
And Edelman's a slot receiver. He's not an outside guy. So I will give it to Brady that he did not have an outside guy to throw the ball to. At least nobody good enough. But Tom looked off, though. He didn't.
He was missing throws. He was underthrowing throws.
Underthrowing it here.
Overthrowing it.
So, honestly, I think Father Time may be creeping up faster than old Tom wanted him to. So, but anyways.
Let's just talk about
the Patriots.
Our goodbye. See you later. Bueno nostasa.
Yep. See you later, man. Gone. Bye.
Derrick Henry ran rampant.
Ran over the top of him. And there was a good note that if the Patriots gave up over 120 yards of rushing, their record was pretty bad. And he ran for like $186 or something like that.
I think they had like 200 total yards of offense, so he was basically their entire
team. He was the
team.
offense. That one whole drive, it was run, pass, run, and it was every one of them was Henry. They finally figured out that he's the engine that makes it all go.
Ryan Tannehill won the game with only passing for 72 yards.
Mm-hmm. He didn't. Just don't lose it. Play good defense, run the ball.
That's the epitome of a game manager.
How many Super Bowl winners have we seen do that, though?
Plenty.
Play good defense, run the ball, quarterback doesn't lose the game.
We've seen plenty of winners do that.
There's probably more than half of them end up being that kind of team. So I'm not saying Tennessee's going to win the Super Bowl, but they beat the Patriots.
They beat the Patriots. You want to have another minute, little second here just to laugh at the Patriot fans who thought they were going to win a Super Bowl again?
But, man, they got the...
I bet you it was a good week for Alan Piercy, a beloved friend of ours.
Oh, yes.
He's a Jet fan.
He's a Jet fan.
Both of his
Down
division
go
teams.
the Patriots.
Both of his division rivals fell this week.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Must be twice as delicious.
Just great, yeah. And the big thing, Tennessee is in what division?
The AFC South.
2 teams in the final 7 are from the AFC South. Who would have picked that?
I wouldn't.
Not me. That was something. All right, let's go ahead and jump on into the Sunday games. We had a shocker to me. Minnesota went to New Orleans, and John Payton got out-coached. Plain and simple.
Mike Zimmer out-coached him?
Plain, not night and day. It's like Sean Payton thought, we got this thing in the bag. And Zimmer said, no, you don't either. And Zimmer completely and utterly shut down the New Orleans Saints offense. Just like that.
I'm just curious.
And I didn't think that was going to happen.
New Orleans.
Peyton led his team down.
After that Super Bowl win in 2009, you would think there would be much more success in the future, but...
Well, they should have been in the Super Bowl the last 2 years. This year, they just got their butts kicked. Last year, a bad ref call took it out. The year before that, a miracle play took them out of it.
Which happened to be by the same opponent they
lost to.
lost
By the same
to.
opponent that kicked their butt. I mean, this was just a good old butt kicking.
The score didn't really indicate it, but
No.
it was the Vikings were more physical.
The Vikings were the better team. And I was picking the Saints to go to the Super Bowl. The Vikings were the better team. They were outcoached. I'm going to say on that field that day, the Vikings were the better team. Their team was more prepared. They were coached better. They were ready to play. And that's just all
That's
you can
something
say
about wildcard teams this year, or any year pretty much. You can never count out the Wildcard's ambition to try to go in and pull off an upset.
Nope. But so that puts Drew Brees down. His time is running out. He's probably got maybe one more year, and then he's not going to be in there anymore. So
yeah, that guy right there, right over
good
here.
Good old Brees. We kept him up there because he's still one of my favorite players. We'll go ahead and jump on to the night game. Seattle at Philly. We sort of figured that this would happen, but man, Wentz went out. Wentz has waited his whole career. He got injured. The backup quarterback Foles took him to the Super Bowl. Won the Super Bowl. He got injured again the next, and then they finally got rid of Foles. Wentz is our guy. 1 minute into the game,
he gets speared in the back of the head.
He gets speared in the back of the head by
and
Clowney.
then he gets.
That was a dirty call. I don't care who you are and what you say. He went in, not with his hands, not with his arms. He went in with his head and hit him in the back of the head with his head. But I feel bad for him. I'm not a Philadelphia fan. I'm a Dallas fan. But that was a dirty play. That was just a good old dirty play.
Carson was just wanting to play his first playoff start.
Just wanting his first playoff start, and less than 5 minutes into the game, he was out with concussion protocol. But that puts Seattle onto the next round, and Seattle's a dangerous team.
Well, Russell Wilson and a defense that can be hit or miss sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But mostly they are hits.
Mm-hmm. And they're going to a team that they could have a good chance at. But we won't talk about that yet. Or will we? Let's go ahead and jump on into that divisional round. This weekend we got 2 games on Saturday. We'll jump into those first. Saturday we got Tennessee, since they beat the Patriots. Tennessee at Baltimore. Man, guess who's the number 1 running team in the NFL is? Baltimore.
Who's got the leading rusher in the running back wise in the NFL?
Who's got the number 2 rushing team in the NFL?
He's got
the Titans.
The Titans.
So we have the reason the Baltimore has the number 1 rushing team is because their quarterback has the most rushing yards. But Derrick Henry has the most rushing yards by a running back. So Derrick Henry won the running back title, even though Baltimore has more rushing yards as a team because they got a rushing quarterback. But this is going to be very, very interesting. Both teams have pretty good defenses. Both teams have the top 2 rushing games in the NFL. And honestly, as a quarterback, Tannehill's decent, and just as a passing quarterback, Lamar Jackson's pretty good. So these teams are pretty good, but I think Baltimore's a little more dynamic.
I feel like they're dangerous right now. Mm-hmm. If you look at the record, 14-2, then that already indicates you that.
Yeah. Now, they lost those 2 games early.
And they haven't lost a game in months.
They haven't lost a game in a while, and they've been winning. They've been kicking the crap out of people. It's been 40-10 at halftime, and then they sit down people the second half.
People were wanting John Harbaugh fired, weren't they?
Yes. Now he's the Super Bowl favorite. Baltimore's favored by 10 points against Tennessee. Do you think Baltimore will beat Tennessee by 10? Or not?
Do you think Tennessee, coming off that high of beating New England?
They might have a letdown, mightn't they?
Well, I don't think it'll be by 10 points. I think it'll be by at least 7 because I think they'll show heart and grit.
Could be. You want to take Tennessee plus 10 just as a Tennessee Titan fan? I mean, you never really know. Baltimore should kick the crap out of them, but...
We'll pick the Ravens to win this football game.
But maybe less than 10.
Maybe less than 10.
Yeah. All right, let's jump on into the next game. We got Minnesota, since they beat New Orleans, going to San Francisco.
There's something dangerous about 6-seeded teams.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like this is going to be a closer game than people really think.
San Francisco's favored by 7.
I mean, they're going on the road again. Minnesota's got high off a big win in New Orleans.
If Zimmer can shut down Drew Brees and that offense, he can shut down Garoppolo. Now, the thing is, which defense is better? San Fran's defense has just been
solid
this whole year. But if Dalvin Cook is completely healthy, Adam Thielen is completely healthy,
and Stephon Diggs gets his stride.
Diggs gets 1 or 2 big catches out of that to where he doesn't cry in the third quarter like he did against the Saints. I'm still San Fran still should win, but I think Minnesota will be.
Put a big scare in them.
I think it's going to be less than 7 points. I think it could be a 1 point game.
I think it's a 3-point game.
It could be a 3-point game. So I'm gonna take Minnesota +7. They don't have to win. Just got to keep it under 7.
So who do we pick to win this football game?
San Fran should win it. I mean,
the 49ers should win.
But it's going to be like a 24-23, 23-20 type game. I don't think it's a 7-point game. Anyways, on to Sunday. On to Sunday. We got an exciting game here. Deshaun Watson and the Houston Texans travel to Kansas City
to play Patrick Mahomes. And the Chiefs.
I can tell you one city in the United States that will have this game turned off and nobody in the city will watch it.
Chicago.
Oh, because Chicago passed up on Deshaun Watson and Patrick Mahomes.
And took
Mitchell Trubisky. Sorry, Chicago fans. It's going to be a long time before I let that one down. Again, Kansas City's favored by 10 in this one. I'm going to take Kansas City pretty easily in this one. I think this might be the game that gets to be a blowout.
My own little controversial thoughts is that do you think Andy Reid will pull an Andy Reid again?
No, he'll wait till the AFC Championship game to pull an Andy Reid. He'll win the first game. He can normally win the first one. He normally wins the championship or the Super Bowl.
He normally wins the championship game or blows it in the Super Bowl,
or one of the he'll blow the AFC championship game or he'll blow it the Super Bowl. He blows one of the two big games. He'll win this one pretty easy because he's had time. He is a pretty good coach. He'll have him ready.
Oh yeah. So how many points do we pick the Chiefs to defeat the Texans by?
They're favored by 10. I think it'll be +10. I think it'll be 10 or more.
I think Deshaun Watson and the Texans will put up a good effort.
Yeah.
But I think the Chiefs have too much on offense.
Buffalo really outplayed Houston. They just couldn't figure out. They were too young. So if Buffalo can almost beat them, I'm thinking Kansas City beats them.
Will defeat them.
Yeah, I think it's a 34-20 game.
Do you know what I've realized?
It's a 14-point game.
Two of Bill Belichick's disciples, as we will, or like Jedi or like Sith in training. Bill O'Brien, who was once their offensive coordinator, the head coach of the Texans.
Yep.
And Mike Vrabel, former linebacker, the coach of the Titans.
Are in the final 7 of the playoffs. So
and Bill Belichick is not.
The two Padawans, Darth Plagueis is dead. That's fun. And then the last game of the weekend, we got Seattle with their victory over the Philly, going to Green Bay. This is a game that is scary. Green Bay is only favored by 4.
That should be an appropriate one, considering how they played.
That's probably just about... Green Bay wins about 3 or 4 every game. It doesn't matter who they're playing. I mean, they are 13-3. You can't say they're not a good winning team.
But they win ugly.
They win 23-20.
Every game.
And it may be a 24-20 game this weekend. I'm going to take Green Bay -4 just because they should.
They should
beat Seattle by more than 4. But they should beat Seattle by more than 4, but who knows?
Who knows?
Anyways, that is our picks. Be sure and leave us a message down at the bottom. Let us know what you think. Let us know who you pick.
Send us your thoughts. Bring us a like. Spread the love.
Spread the love. Tell your friends about us. Hit the like. Hit the groovy baby button over here somewhere.
Celebrate good times.
New England's gone. We'll catch you later.
See you next week.